Hi, performers and achievers. Welcome to Performers and Achievers Daily with me, Raj Gavurla. In today's episode, I'm talking about 3 things that I track. This doesn't have to do with my business. Of course, I track different things there and I have my dashboard. However, I'm talking about things that do affect everything about me, which starts with keeping healthy, keeping safe, so that I can be there and progress at any age with my family, extended family, friends, citizens, others, and profession that I'm in, and playing sports. So, what are the 3 that I track? The first one that I track is my nutrition. My nutrition. Now, this is one that I recently started tracking. I've been on a nutrition meal prep plan. I'm on gluten-free nutrition. I do not drink dairy products, and I do not eat almonds, and I do not eat other types of specific foods like blueberries and something else. I forget what it was. However, the reason is because I have a functional medicine doctor, and so we do some testing of my gut-brain axis, and this is what she has planned for me, her treatment plan. So now, although I have been eating right, my nutrition's good, I'm aware, though, exactly everything that I am putting into my body or how I'm fueling myself, because now I look at a spreadsheet. And on that spreadsheet, I have my breakfast, my lunch, my snack, and my dinner. And then in there, I put for each day what I had for breakfast, what I had for lunch, what I had for a snack, and then what I had for dinner. And this, although I was already doing it and I was doing it basically in my mind, this is just a way for me to put it in a tangible form so that it has a sense of accomplishment. I feel a sense of accomplishment, or I have a sense of accomplishment and feel a sense of accomplishment by doing this. So today for a snack, I had sugar-free ice cream. And tonight for dinner, I'm not sure what I'll have. However, I will have dinner. Next comes my prevention, longevity, athleticism, strength, and conditioning. So I have a couple of routines or programs that I do for that. And there are 2 different types. And my strength and conditioning coach trainer designed those for me with my input. Some of those I needed to make adjustments to based on evaluating how I was progressing and what was happening to my body. So I adapted to it. Now, in addition to that, I include my stretch routine on days that I am doing something that's sporting, like soccer, basketball, or tennis. Then on days when I'm doing the actual weights, And these are specific movements or specific exercises for those sports that I'm playing, and just for overall posture and alignment of my whole mind, body. And so that's what I do there. And then on the days that I play soccer or I play basketball or I play tennis, I put that there. If I officiate basketball or officiate soccer, I put that there. And then if I am doing shadow work, I will put that there. So today is a shadow work day. And then I also have a day where I may come in and depending upon what week it is, I may just do some specific, just other bonus exercises, I call them, with weights. And I also have my core exercises. And so you may be thinking, and until I started doing my spreadsheet, it was like I couldn't keep up because I was trying to do too much in a week's worth of time, and it just wasn't possible, first of all. And it probably wasn't good for me anyway. And so now I just do one of these activities. And if that means that I'm doing the one of the prevention, longevity, athleticism, strength and conditioning programs just once a week, and it's on like a rotation. So whenever, basically now, since I've sort of have a good base, depending upon how much soccer or basketball or tennis I'm playing, I adapt it. So it's not like my previous approach, which for years prior to me becoming a mental performance coach, I would go and probably 3 days a week, I would do some specific exercise. And then the other 2 days, I might play a sport or not do anything. However, this breaks it up. And again, keep in mind that my why is for prevention, longevity, athleticism, strength, and conditioning. And then some days, like on Friday, I have a strategic break where I don't do anything. That doesn't mean on every Friday I don't do anything, because on some Fridays I'm officiating. This coming Friday, I'll be at a tennis event playing tennis. So it just varies. However, based on the time of year and what's going on, I'm able to adjust and make those adjustments so I don't feel like, oh, I didn't go to the gym and lift weights. So what? I was playing the sport or I was stretching that day. So I think you have an idea of what I'm saying or doing here. And now, because I approach it this way, all of these have an integration into one another. They all benefit each other. And I definitely can notice the difference. And a lot of times, that's really what we're looking for is what's the difference? And is that difference obviously like a beneficial difference? And then this gives my body, which I see really likes the variety. It likes the variety. And then the other thing I track is my sleep. I don't have any fancy sleep tracking watch or gadget or anything like that. I know those are out there. However, this works for me and it's all in one place. And so I have 4 columns. I have what time did I wake up? How many times did I wake up at night? Did I eat a oat and honey bar if I did wake up at night? And then what time did I go to bed? And so a couple of nights ago, I went to bed at 10:30. I like to go to bed at 10. And I'm able to notice a difference. 30-minute difference, however, I'm able to notice it. I also woke up twice at that night, and I did not eat a oat and honey bar. And then last night, because of the March Madness NCAA men's finals, I went to bed at around 11:15. So that's quite a bit later than 10, an hour and 15 minutes later. And I woke up at 8 a.m. And do I notice it? Yes, I do notice it. And I notice the difference between going to bed at 10 and versus 11:15. So how many times did I wake up at night? I woke up once. And did I eat a oat and honey bar? Yes. And the reason that I'm eating a oat and honey bar is because I have been learning about and applying practical learning that eating like a specific type of carbohydrate to balance or put in range my blood sugar will help me to go to sleep. And so tonight, I plan on going to sleep at 10. I don't see why I wouldn't tonight. So that's what I have. So do you track your nutrition, your prevention, longevity, athleticism, strength and conditioning? And do you track your sleep? My bonus for you is for you to actually apply your practical learning and practical research. Track these 3 areas and notice the difference. And then you can adapt and make slight adjustments that are beneficial for you, beneficial, tangible results for you. That's what I have for you today. If you like my podcast, like it. For those of you who are interested in my private, personal, professional, confidential services and programs, visit my website, rajgavurla.com, fill out the brief form, and we will contact you as soon as we can. Enjoy your day.